Yes, I have an experience to share. It was kind of hard to put it into words because it was like impressions. And there was a visuals for it that I will share, but it's still kind of hard to put it in words, but I'll share it best as I can or translate it as best as I can. So what I could see is that it's almost like I was looking over what kind of looked like almost a type of galaxy. Almost like when you look at the picture of the Milky Way, it has the center of it, and then everything around it spirals and it goes back towards the center or whatever, or it's moving away, I forget. But it's there. It has the outer rings and it has the center. Well, I could see something similar. I could see that there was a bright sun center, and I was in an all golden kind of environment. Everything was golden, pure light, and there was this bright sun center, and everybody was on this one kind of wave. There wasn't separate rings. It was all this one wave kind of going outward and kind of coming back. And every time it would go out and come back, like how an a wave recedes into the ocean, it would pull us closer towards towards the center. And I could see that all our bodies were almost like boats. We were all in our little boats. Like I had my little boat. It looked like a little one that you could draw. And other people had the same little boat. And they were kind of just riding this wave, kind of going closer and closer to the center as they kind of went forward and back and forward and back. And the impression that I got from that is that that's like kind of how the new wave is that, you know, it doesn't, again, it was referenced before that it doesn't matter how many years that you've been with something, you know, that you could just, it's all new now, that there's always a new view. And that's what I was seeing too, that with this position that we're all on this new wave, you know, there's no type of hierarchy, or there's no type of these positions where it's like, okay, like how in Eckankar they do initiation. So you're like either a third initiate, a fourth initiate, like a, you know, whatever, so on and so forth. And so I could see that there was, again, no such thing, sort of like these initiation or these levels for people, because again, we're all on this new wave now. So even if you'd been in this position for, let's say, 10 years or 5 years, and then you have someone who's kind of new into it, really they could see whatever, they could learn to see it. Of course, it takes time for the personal self because they have to get through their personal self. But if they could learn to recognize the all is, or see through their personal self, then, you know, we're all teaching each other something. You know, it doesn't matter the time aspect. And I could see that because, again, it's all this new nowness. It's all this nowness, kind of one wave. You know, again, there's not these like levels or different rankings, you might say. Again, everyone's on their own respective journey, and they're at different little stages in that. But the awareness of it is always right now. And anyone can look to it and sort of see different aspects of it, you know? Doesn't matter how old you are. So that was my experience I wanted to share as best as I could translate it.
Yeah, and you're a good example of this. I remember when we went down to Silicon Valley to the Apple spaceship, and we attended a lecture there. This guy was doing an intro about the spaceship there, and you got up and you started asking some pretty provocative questions there. You were like the risk taker, you know. I'm not sure, I can't remember exactly what you asked, something about where's the underground the AI or something, you know, that kind of the guys, well, let me talk to you after the lecture. It was kind of funny. You just step right up there, and that's what it takes. You know, you have to be the risk taker really to get beyond all the conventions that we've been literalized with. And you demonstrated that there, as well as, you know, what you're doing now with your experiences and being available for the Real Guides to present what they're doing and being a go-between and sharing what you're sharing. So it's great. Thank you.